Now for the show that's truly too hot to handle. It's The Melting Pat, and it starts right now.
You're listening to The Melting Pat. Here's your host, Pat Johnson.
Well, thank you, Jerome. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show, The Melting Pat. How are you? My name is Pat. I hosted 4 radio shows back in the day: sports, music, pro wrestling, and general chatter / pop culture. And The Melting Pat is a combination of all of those. So generally, we go all over the map. But today, we are going to do something different, as it is December. Happy holidays, my friends, whichever ones you celebrate. So the month of December, it's 3 episodes of holiday TV, and then our holiday show is in the middle. So this is the first one, and yeah, you know what? We're going to do music? We should. Why not? Why don't we do music, God damn it? All right, hold on. I just thought of that right now. Why don't we do music? Okay, I'm going to pause. Give me a second, and then we're going to do music. Hold on. Okay, so as you know, I keep a rolling list of all the, if you don't know, I keep a rolling list of all the artists who put out music, and I go, okay, we're going to play this, and then sometimes I get to them, when this stuff comes out. Most of the time now I don't, especially now that I'm going back and forth and doing all this other stuff. So these songs that I'm going to play for the next few shows are not new. However, they are old friends, dear friends of the show, and we don't want to forget them. So I should have done this last month, or in October, but we didn't do that because I forgot. I didn't think about it then, but I'm thinking about it now. So let's go with our dear friends. Last Night Saved My Life. They have a record out, by the way. Did you know that? Did I forget to tell you? Anyway, it's called The First Hello, and it is courtesy Adventure Cat Records. You can find more from them at lastnightsavedmylife.com. This song is called Thunder, or is it Under? Because the TH is in parentheses. Anyway, our dear friends, Last Night Saved My Life. It's the Melting Pat. We'll be right back.
You're telling me what it feels like when you wear skinny jeans tight and you catch everyone's eye. Remember when we would spend time tracing tattoos in the moonlight? Now I feel on the outside. I'm falling back in time, bare feet, red wine. We used to feel alive. Is it all in my head? Or are we falling into nothing? Could you let me back in? Because tonight I'm sick of wondering, and I'm on the rooftop all alone. Don't you wonder where I go? 'Cause I need
And there you have it, our friends. Last Night Saved My Life. Thunder? Under? In any case, the album The First Hello. Adventure Cat Records. Last Night Saved My Life.com. For more, we are back. The Melting Pat. We improvised a little bit. We did that. It was fun. I thought it was cool. And there's a nice little acoustic part in there. It's not long enough though. Hey. Last Night Saved My Life. Acoustic version? Come on. Maybe they did it. Look, listen. The album came out months ago. So maybe by now they've released acoustic versions of all this and I just missed it because I'm a bad friend. That's me. I'm a bad friend. But in any case, thank you very much. Last Night Saved My Life. Should we have them on? It's been long enough, right? Can we do that? No? Or nobody wants to talk to me? Okay. Anyway, there you go. Last Night Saved My Life.com for more from them. Thank you, my friends. Happy holidays, I guess. We're doing that this month? Sure. Why not? Why not? Go get the record. Tell them Pat said hi. They might know who I am. They might remember. Or they'll go, that guy? Who the hell is that? And then, you both handle that. Okay? Don't involve me in that. Don't tag me on that. If they don't know who I am, I don't want to explain it. That's weird. Anyway, there you go. When things get weird, just make noises with your mouth, Pat. You're right. You are right. There we go. All right. Okay. Pat, do the show, would you? You know what? I would and I should and I shall. Let's turn it to the captain. Let's hear what is going on with the Fly Guys. If he's there, you will hear him. If not, you hear a sound effect and we go right back to the show. But we cross our fingers and our toes, and if you can, your eyes, and turn it over. Captain, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Hey, Flyers fans! Mark back at you again with another Flyers update! Yeah! Woo-hoo! Guys, happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great time. I know I was off last week. I was eating a little turkey, a little stuffing. Have to have all the good stuff around Thanksgiving. I must have just took a nap and forgot to give you an update. Whoops, my bad. But what have the Flyers done this past week and a half or so? They have been killing it. They are only 3 points out of the top of their division right now. The Flyers are playing excellent. Let's take a look at what they've done after the Thanksgiving holiday. So last Friday, ended up winning 4-3 in New York against the Islanders in a shootout. What a great game that was. And then the Flyers the very next day in New Jersey taking on the Devils, winning that game 5-3. Now they came home for a 4-game homestand to start it off on Monday. Ended up losing 5-1 against Pittsburgh. Wah, wah, wah. We do not like the Penguins here. However, the Flyers just were not up for that game. They did not look good. But moving forward, Flyers taking on Buffalo at home on Wednesday, Colorado on Sunday, and then San Jose on Tuesday, again to fill out that 4-game homestand. Sadly, I do need to let you know about some injury information. Tyson Forster, really having an excellent season, is going to be down and out for about 2 to 3 months. We'll see if they can speed that up, but it's just a terrible loss for this team. He was playing so well. Now let's see what they can do. Maybe they're going to bring up one of their younger guys, get some NHL experience for them. We'll see how Tocchet and Danny B and Jonesy, we'll see what they have planned to try to fill that gap with him being down and out. Again, very sad news. He was having such a great season before that. So guys, as I said, the Flyers were they're really moving. They're getting some stuff going. Been an up and down season so far, but let's see if they continue this strong start at home. So guys, that's it for me here inside the Melting Pat. Now back to Pat.
There you have it. Thank you, my friend. Or you heard a slapshot sound effect, and that is that. But Mark, if you were there, thank you very much. I love all the work you put in. You do more work for this show than I do. I think that's true, probably. No, it isn't. It isn't. It's not. Okay. Well, he does a lot of work, and okay. You do more research for your part of the show than I do for the whole rest of the show. That is true. That part is true. Okay. Thank you, Captain. Thank you very much. Yeah. Love it. Love it. It's more work. I understand it's more work for me to put those together, but it's really fun. Like, we've really both kind of grown into it, because the first year it was, we weren't sure what it was going to be. And then as we kept going along for the last 10 years, it's been really fun. So thank you, my friend. And, or if you weren't there, then this is all just blowing you up for nothing. There you go. All right. Pat, don't you have something else to do today? I do. We're going to talk about the one of the Christmas episodes from the TV show Frasier, and it is season 6, episode 10, Merry Christmas, Mrs. Moskowitz. And you can stream Frasier, by the way, on the Roku channel, on Hulu, on Disney Plus. Although, is Hulu gone yet? It will be soon, right? They're rolling it into Disney Plus, right? Anyway, and also on Paramount Plus. So if you want to pause here, you can do that, and then you watch the episode, come on back, we'll play music from the Frasier thing, and then we'll get to it. So again, season 6, episode 10 of Frasier, Merry Christmas, Mrs. Moskowitz. Let's go. So our episode description, by the way, I'm not going to edit any of these because I will not have time. I will put in some clips from the episodes if I find ones that are funny and that it will add to what I'm talking about. But generally speaking, we're going to leave that in. I'm only going to level out the audio and we're going to go. So let's do it, man and woman, ladies and gentlemen. Season 6, episode 10 of Frasier, Merry Christmas, Mrs. Moskowitz. Now, the episode description is incomplete because this describes the open of the show. It says, while Christmas shopping with Roz, Frasier buys his son, Frederick, who's half Jewish, a menorah for the holidays. And yeah, that's the opening scene or the opening act, but that's not the rest of the episode. The rest of the episode's way more fun than that. So we do open with Roz and Frasier Christmas shopping at a big department store. And Frasier is ordering a tasteful tree to decorate, even though Martin usually decorates for Christmas, and Frasier finds all that tacky. So Frasier's doing it tastefully this year, and Roz needs a gift for the security guard at the station. So she goes away to another store, which is mobbed because it's Christmas. And Frasier asks the clerk at the store, say, hey, I want to get this sweater for the woman I was with. And he's like, all right, of course. And so Roz comes back, and right at the moment, of course, the clerk comes back and says, oh, here's your sweater. And when Roz's like, hey, is he talking to you? Frasier's like, no. And some woman pops up and says, no, that's for me. And she's like, I'm looking for something for my daughter. And she turns to Roz and says, oh, what do you think of this sweater? She's about your size. Do you mind? What do you think of the color? No, I like the blue, and that would be too big for me. And so then the woman turns to the clerk and says, give me a smaller size in blue and gift wrap it. So she basically just jumps in and saves Frasier here. And, cleverly getting Roz to assure the right color and size. And what a move by this woman, who we learn her name is Helen. After Roz returns to her quest for a gift for the security guard, and Frasier's like, hey, thanks for bailing me out. So Helen schmoozes on him like, oh, are you Dr. Frasier Crane from the radio? And he's like, well, of course I am. Just fluffing him up. And so then she convinces him to, because like, oh, no, I'm unattached. Because she's like, oh, you should really know your wife's size. She's like, no, she's not my wife. I'm unattached. And she's like, there's one thing that I could get, or that I could use, a date with a date for my daughter with an unattached doctor. So Frasier walked right into it. And so she convinces him to take her daughter, Faye, on a date. So then we jump to the coffee shop, or Frasier has these, it's not like quick cuts. It's like, hey, the scene ends, it fades, and then usually you get a black screen with some kind of writing just to kind of set up what's coming next. And so I've always liked that about Frasier, how the show, I guess, not abrupt. They don't abruptly transition. It's very smooth, and it's very yep, here's the next part of the episode. I really like that. So they're in the coffee shop, and Frasier and Niles are having a discussion. Frasier's like, hey, you're going to be my escape plan if it goes poorly. Call me on my cell phone in 5 minutes, and I'll say it's an emergency so I can leave because it's going to suck. And so Faye arrives and is like, hey, sorry for my mother. She sucks. But they start the date anyway. So Faye and Frasier kind of hit it off almost right away. So meanwhile, Daphne arrives at the back of the coffee shop. She finds Niles watching the date. She's like, oh, it's so obvious when a man fancies a woman. And she lists some mannerisms, some traits. And as Niles, of course, perfectly acts out each one. Oh, he's fidgeting. He can't sit still. He's, just being weird, because Niles is in love with Daphne. If you don't know, spoiler, if you've never seen Frasier, sorry. I should have put in a sound. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, Niles is in love with Daphne. And I guess by this point he hadn't told her yet. It's season 6, man. What are you doing? Well, I guess he had to get away from Maris. I almost said Mavis. It's Maris, his ex-wife. So I guess we're still there. So the date appears to be going well. Frasier and Faye again hit it off like right away. And so then we're at the back of the shop. Daphne asks, "Hey, Niles, I need a favor." He's like, "Yes." Doesn't even know what it is immediately. "Yes, I'll do it." So Daphne's theater group is putting on a holiday show, and they need a musical director. So he accepts. Of course, now, as we're going to talk about later, Niles would literally do anything for this woman. So Niles is directing now the theater show. He got roped in. Not really roped in. He had he known previously, he would have volunteered before Daphne even asked. So, so we do have a clip here as Daphne explains the at least the first part of their production of her show.
Is the show more religious in tone or secular?
Well, we couldn't quite agree, so we ended up with a mixed bag. We open with the No Room at the Inn scene, then it's a rousing version of Jingle Bell Rock, a brief medley from Jesus Christ Superstar, and the first act ends with Santa's elves and the three wise men all linking arms and singing Frosty the Snowman.
So really, it seems like it's going to be a mess, and Niles may be in over his head, but he's still excited because he wants to help Daphne. But then he makes the call to Frasier, and Frasier declines, like, "Hey, no, I'll sign those papers later." Faye calls it out immediately. That was an escape call. And she's like, "Oh man, how do you know?" Because moments later, her phone rings. Because when you go on a blind date, you set that up, right? I've never been on a blind date. I almost went on one. Patrons know about that. And it didn't work out, but that's for the best. But I never, is this a thing people do or did? Do you have, I guess, yeah, I have had people where, not a date necessarily, but like I have to go do a thing and call me in 10 minutes, tell me you have to be picked up. So yeah, I've been on the end of that for sure. So the date went well, because then we're back in the coffee shop. I guess this is a few days later, because Frasier's on the phone with Faye, and Niles is hanging a wreath. And it turns out Faye and her mother are on their way up. They're traveling, and they're going to stop over and see Frasier. So that's fun, right? And then Frasier and Niles have this exchange.
I guess someone wanted to rack up a few more frequent Frasier miles.
You don't ever actually say those things to the woman, do you?
No.
You know, for a psychiatrist, Frasier doesn't seem to know how to talk to women. I don't know. Or maybe he does, because he said he doesn't say that to the women. But I feel like that's a pretty bad dad joke. Or is it the best dad joke? Or like, is it a really good one? Maybe it is. Maybe it's both. I don't know. So anyway, Daphne runs in and says, "Hey, Niles, I need some help. We got to finish a Jacob Marley costume." Apparently the theater group, they're not doing a Christmas Carol. They've worked him into the nativity scene. So Jacob Marley is now in the nativity scene. And what we heard earlier about the rest of the show, I want to see this show. I want to see this theater group, because it's not going to be a bunch of pros. It's going to be a bunch of people, random people like from the neighborhood doing this show. Does anybody have this on DVD? Is there a deleted scene where they do like they show a part of this production of the show? Let me know, because I want to see it. I want to see this Christmas show, holiday show, whatever you call it. I want to see it, because it sounds like an absolute nightmare in the best way. So then Martin comes out. Martin's Frasier's dad, if you don't know. He comes out. He's like, "Hey, I want to hang my Rudolph decoration." He's like, "Hey, Frasier, where's the best place for it?" They argue a little bit about the decoration plans, because Frasier said, no, you do your Christmas every year. It's tacky, and let's do a tasteful Christmas for once. And so they argue, and then the doorbell rings, and it's Faye at the door. She sees the wreath. She's worried because Helen assumed when they met, like Frasier was buying a menorah for his son, who is half Jewish, and Helen assumed that Frasier was Jewish, and Faye decides in a panic that, hey, you have to pretend to be Jewish for my mother, and so they decide to do it. So instead of having the hard conversation right off the bat, because it's a sitcom, Frasier and Niles and Martin are going to pretend to be Jewish, and it's not going well from the start. Niles and Frasier excused to the kitchen, and Frasier's like, "Hey, we got to pretend to be Jewish. just for, just until they leave. And Frasier's like, yep, okay. Like Niles is like, yeah, all right, on board immediately. Love it. Niles bought into the ruse right away, and he absolutely crushes it for the rest of this episode. I love it. And so they're like, hey, we got to figure out when to tell Dad. And so Martin comes out of the bedroom upset. Frasier didn't tell him there were guests at the house. And so Niles is like, hey, come on to the kitchen. Niles goes to the kitchen with Martin, and we get this clip of Niles trying to teach Martin how to be Jewish for the day.
I don't know how to be Jewish.
Well, just answer questions with a question.
Like what?
What, I have to explain everything?
Well, can't you give me an example?
What, I should give you an example?
You gonna help me or not?
You're saying I'm not being helpful?
Oh, forget it.
And so now they all rejoin the fray, and Daphne comes out and says, oh, I got the worst phone call a producer can get. Somebody else needs to join the show. And Niles, of course, because he'll do anything for Daphne, literally, as we know. I think we could say literally. He would literally do whatever it takes to make Daphne happy, I think. So Niles agrees, like, yep, I'll be in the show. Sounds great. So Faye and Frasier are in the kitchen. Frasier is losing it. I can't do this anymore. I don't know how long I can keep this up. I guess pretending to be Jewish for your date's mother is a lot of work. And so Faye then tries to rush them out. And of course, they're like, all right, let's go to the door of the Christmas tree that Frasier ordered. The guy's at the door with it. Oh, Jesus. So Martin answers the door as Frasier takes the women away. And Martin's like, yep, they hide. Martin's like, hey, put it in here. Put it in the bathroom. And so Martin and the delivery guy hide in the bathroom. Niles, dressed as Jesus, runs into the apartment. His allergies kicked in. He needs his nasal spray. Fun fact, by the way, I hate nasal spray. Hate it. Terrible. Doesn't feel good at all. Doesn't really do anything for me either. That's me. Do you like nasal spray? Let me know. So Niles hides in the bathroom, and so he's caught. So everyone's trying to leave, and Helen goes, hey, I should use the bathroom before we go. She said powder room, because she's a lady, damn it. And so Frasier doesn't know that Niles is in the bathroom, because they were on the balcony with the ladies trying to get all the stuff organized and whatever. So Niles is in the bathroom with the nasal spray in his nose, again, dressed as Jesus, with a Christmas tree behind him. And so he scoots out. All right, I'll let you guys sort this out. And Helen looks at him and just like, oh, all right, I understand this is your busy time. Just a great delivery. Loved it. And so Faye finally admits that Frasier's not Jewish, and she asks them to pretend for her benefit, for Helen's benefit. They argue. Helen lays on the guilt. She's like, oh, what do you hate me? And Faye goes, sometimes I do hate you. Ah! And then everything stops because it's like, whoa, revelation. And they start to cry. They apologize. Frasier tries to interject. And Helen, like on a dime, just calmly goes, no, we're almost done. Or we're nearly done. So they get the rest of the argument out. They hug. They're like, all right, we got to go. Let's go catch our flight. Like just from, I was going to say 0 to 60, but it went the other way. From 60 to 0. So the women leave. Frasier and Martin are gobsmacked by the whole scene. And they're like, yeah, it's just crazy. You talk about one thing, and all of a sudden it's 5 other things, and it's all out in the open. And then, And they're like, oh, man, maybe it's best to do that. Maybe just, don't keep that bottled up. Just get it all out there. And so they try it, and laying out their feelings. And they reach their big moment, and like, oh, man, I don't like you living here. I don't like you living. And then they stop and they're like, wait a minute. We should not have tried this. We're not Jewish. We should not have tried this. And they do hug it out. So it all works out pretty well. And then the closing scene of our episode is Frasier's apartment, fully decked out for Christmas, just as Martin wants. And like the reindeer, the big tree. By the way, the tree that Frasier got, ordered from the department store, is like skinny, and it's just like blue and gold and not super colorful, not very festive. And Martin's tree is huge and colorful and what I would want to see at Christmas. That's me. If your thing is like the white tree or the kind of a muted tree, that's fine. But for me, I want as colorful as you can get, because that's my big thing. Because then January and February are cold and dark, and it's depressing as hell. I want some goddamn joy before we, relent into the dark months of January and February before baseball starts again. So I'm on board. I'm with Martin on this. Give me the color. Give me all the stuff. Cookies for Santa and what have you. So, I understand the argument that maybe a tasteful Christmas wouldn't be so bad. But also, Martin gets one time a year where he gets to do this. And I say let him have it. And Frasier did. They had a conversation. They laid it all out, and they did the thing. So, have you ever pretended to be something or someone you're not to impress a lady? Or maybe not even to impress a lady, or a gentleman, or a they, a lady or a themtleman. Have you ever pretended to be, a different religion, a different whatever, a different something or other to, I don't want to say fool somebody's parents, but like to win them over? Because then, so here, okay, play this out. Say the blow up doesn't happen and no one knows, like they don't know, or Faye's mother doesn't know that Frasier's not Jewish. How long? Because he was losing it on the first day, like after a couple hours, or maybe like however long they were there, right? So there's no way he could have gone weeks or months or years pretending to be Jewish. There's no way he could have done it. But how long do you, what's the next? Because then like, oh, what, he's got to go do Hanukkah? He doesn't know what Hanukkah is, or he does, but he doesn't know how to celebrate it. So that actually might be fun. So all right, go back, bring everybody back. And, except for Martin, R.I.P. Damn it. All right, bring everybody else back and have him, damn it. Oh, man. Oh, Martin Crane trying to do Hanukkah, trying to pretend to know, like he knows what Hanukkah is, would have been absolutely hilarious. Oh, damn it. We can't do it because John Mahoney has passed away. But, that would have been hilarious. Shoot. Anyway, have you ever pretended to be something you're not in order to gain favor with a significant other and or their family members? How's that? Let me know. TheMeltingPat.com. Let me know if you have pretended to be something you're not. And if so, how did it go? Do you still do it? And or how did the reveal go? Was everything okay? Or were you ousted from that situation entirely? Let me know. All right, but there you go. There is our first Christmas TV episode of the season. Again, Merry Christmas, Mrs. Moskowitz from Frasier. I love Frasier. Such a good show. I was a little surprised. I guess that I hadn't seen the whole show in a while. Haven't seen the whole show in a while. So I was a little surprised that Niles still was clearly into Daphne, but she didn't know. And I guess I forgot when that happened. Because there are like 4 more seasons to go here. And I guess I was unclear on when exactly that story started. So, because Niles has been in love with Daphne since day one, right? Or at least like very early in the show. And the fact that she doesn't really know yet, it was weird to me. But yeah, I like this episode a lot. It was fun. I liked the department store being super decked out. I liked that Frasier's apartment at the end was super decked out. And Niles just completely buying into, yes, we're Jewish, right from the jump, and just going along with the ruse. He crushed it in this episode. So he's my MVP if we're voting on this sort of thing. Let me know. Am I wrong? Am I right? Did you not watch the episode and only listen to the show? That's fine too. But anyway, there you go. There's our first holiday show, holiday episode, holiday TV, something or other of the season. Thank you very much for being here. That's it, right? Yeah, we did the song. Thank you to Last Night Saved My Life. We maybe heard from the captain. Thank you, my friend. And we did the thing. TV. Next week will be another TV episode. I don't know which one yet. Haven't narrowed that down as I sit here. But we got some choices. We'll figure it out. We'll have it all ready for you. Don't you worry. So come on back for another holiday TV episode, and we're going to have some fun. Okay? Yes? No? Upside down, great job? Okay, anyway, we'll talk soon. This has been an 8-Boiler production. Until next time, my friends, have fun. Be safe, thank a veteran. Wear your mask, wash your hands, get vaccinated and boosted when you can. Tip your wait staff, and of course, don't do anything I wouldn't do. No G-Love today, but check them out anyway at Philadelphonic.com. We will close with some with the Frasier. Frasier's going to sing for us to close out the episode, okay? Great? Yes? Wonderful. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon. You've been inside the Melting Pat. Go crap open a cold one.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling, tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Oh, my. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Well, maybe, but I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Happy holidays, everybody!
Jesus Christ.
Hi, this is Ozma.
Hey, clip.